combat veteran has to come to terms with the stress of war.
Absolutely. When Dan Waugh of Nampa came home after his 4th tour of duty, he found answers on the saddle of a horse.
Yep, that's old Buttercup.
For Dan Waugh, his horses are his passion.
This is Tinkerbell, and then I bought the mother paint. She's 10, and both her and her filly are American painted horses.
When he's not with his family, this is where Dan finds peace, something he can appreciate after 4 military tours in the war zones of Iraq and Afghanistan. Dan was 17 when he enlisted, but after spending 5 years as an aircraft mechanic, Dan wanted more.
What can get me in the fight? I want to go fight bad people in bad places.
One of those bad places was in a section of Baghdad called Sadr City, a hornet's nest of al-Qaeda fighters. Dan was in a 3-vehicle convoy when they hit a roadside bomb.
I got knocked unconscious, woke up probably 5 minutes, I think is what they said. I was out about 5 minutes. Woke up, nose was bleeding, mouth was bleeding, ears were bleeding.
After his 4th and what would be his last tour, Dan had serious health issues, and that's when his government thanked him and said, that's enough.
Had they not told you that?
Oh, I'd go back. I'd go back today if I could. I'd go back right now. I could be ready in an hour.
And that's why Dan and his fellow veterans do what they do, for the love of their country.
We, the people, are what make us such a great country. Regardless who's in power, regardless who's elected when, that doesn't mean anything. The typical American is what makes us great, because we're free, we make our own decisions, and we typically will stand up for what's right.
Those are powerful words.
His grandfather, World War II, father Vietnam, and his 4 tour duties in Afghanistan and Iraq. You know, it's in his blood, and he said he would, well, you heard, he'd go back in a second if he could.
And what a true Idahoan to find peace on a horse,
And he says, you're born and raised here, and he's always been around horses, but he never, till he came back, thought that that would be what kind of helped him through.
Equine therapy.
His stress.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A local couple is proud to be sharing a piece of their Veterans Day love story with the world.
I like this too.